What is the best way to organize family documents, like a marriage certificate or a diploma or even a book contract? A book contract? Yep, I've got some of those in my family history stash. I'm Linda Satgas from FamilyHistoryHero.com, and I'm going to share the one question I ask myself that has never failed to give me enough clarity to make a good organizing decision. By the way, if organizing, scanning, and documenting family history is of interest to you, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and click the bell to be notified when my next video comes out. So let's talk about documents. Take this pile of book contracts, for example. Some of you know that over a period of 15 years, I wrote almost 30 children's picture books that were published by various publishers. So as you can see, I have a pretty big stack of book contracts. But when it came time to scan them, I found myself confused on how to organize them individually and also in my overall organizing system. Should I organize them by publisher or simply put them in chronological order of when I signed each contract? And then there were other issues like additional addenda or agreements for a particular book that I signed, maybe at a later date. So how do you deal with that? Now, I realize a stack of book contracts isn't a major organizing problem, but it illustrates the real decisions that need to be made, even for minor documents. So here's what I do when I run into a puzzling question on the best way to organize. I project myself into the future and try to see it from a descendant's viewpoint. What would be the best way to present this information to a descendant 100 years from now? Here are 3 possible ways to organize documents with that question in mind. Option 1 is to organize each of my book contracts chronologically, along with everything else, family photos, documents, memorabilia, you name it. Everything gets put in order chronologically. This is the position of some family historians who consider chronology to be king. Using that method, the scans of my book contracts would be scattered among everything else over a 15-year period, and it would separate original documents from addenda were signed years later. Now, I'm a big fan of keeping things chronological most of the time, but not when it causes more confusion than help. Wouldn't it be more logical and interesting to learn about an ancestor's minor writing career in one place rather than scattered all throughout the years of photos? Now, if I'd been a major author, showcasing each book as it came out and how it related to my life might make sense, but I wasn't a major author. This was more of a hobby than a career. Option 2 is to organize chronologically within a folder, specifically for more general family documents. With this concept, I would place the scans of my book contracts into a folder called 1988-2003 Book Contracts-Linda Satgas. And I would place it in another folder called Family Documents, along with any other general documents, such as scans of business ledgers or passports, etc. What I personally would not put in this folder are documents that go with a specific event, such as a marriage certificate or high school diploma, because they fit in a specific time frame, and there might even be photos that go with these events. So with this option, most general documents go into the Family Documents folder where they won't clutter up my photos, but a few specific documents will stay with the photos that they relate to. Now, just to be clear, when I'm talking about folders, I'm referring to digital folders on my computer or external hard drive that hold the scans. I would always keep the original paper documents together with other documents and separate from my photos because they're often oversized so they don't fit well with the photos and they're not made of archival paper. Option number 3 is to create a topical folder about my writing. This is what I chose to do because to me it makes the most sense. I created a folder called Linda Satgas Books 1988 to 2003. I gave the folder a topical name rather than a name starting with a date, so that means it will be alphabetically below all my other chronological folders that start with a date. This method makes sense if I'm planning to add pictures, like a photo of me signing books or our family going on a book tour all around the USA, etc., all of which are normally in chronological order. It's also a great place to include a subfolder with all my scanned contracts and another subfolder with pictures of all my books in chronological order with a description of each. That puts everything in one place and easy to access. So that's my process for choosing the best way to organize family documents. The bottom line is this: put yourself in your descendants' shoes. They shouldn't have to become a detective just to figure out something you could have easily told them simply by the way you organize your family documents. I'm Linda Sattgast with FamilyHistoryHero.com, where we show you how to turn your dusty old boxes of photos into easy to share family stories.